Hello, welcome to a new vlog. So it's actually the day that I'm finishing this, but I thought I'll give a little welcome because I don't know if I actually included a hello clip. So hello. What to expect in this vlog? Well, I read a book thinking it is YA and it kind of ended up being on the verge of being a smut, or what I think would be smut. I did finish it, so woohoo. So many people ask me how I do the edges of the books. I will include a little how to, but it's more like how I, because I'm not pretending to be any expert, but this video will have a little step-by-step of how I do the edges. So I hope you enjoy. I also wanted to give a quick but big thank you to people who joined my Patreon in the month of August. I absolutely do not expect anyone to join the Patreon. It is very much not required for this channel, but I appreciate it so much if people want to support me and support me. It really is humbling and I really appreciate it. So people who have joined in the month of August: Hilla, Lindsay, Gabriella and Julie. Thank you guys so much. And I have one loony who is crazy in the best way possible, and that is Jory. So thank you guys so much. I hope you will enjoy the Moony space. I hope you will enjoy your bookmarks. I will be working on them very soon to send them out. I am planning on doing more live read-ins on my Patreon as well. Anyway, thank you guys so much. I don't know, it's every time it surprises me and makes me all emotional, so let's not dwell on it. Okay, let's go ahead with the vlog. I'm actually just about to hop out for a little walk because I think tomorrow and Wednesday it's gonna be raining, so I'm not gonna leave my flat. And I need to pick up a couple of things from the grocery store, so I'm gonna go do that, and I'm gonna listen to Julian's podcast where he's gonna read people's secrets, so it's gonna be very entertaining, I'm hoping. Don't really feel like listening to an audiobook. I want to listen to Julian. Stick together with the Ding fam even when Jenna is away. So anyway, hope she's good. It's a Thursday today. My god, it is Thursday. I have definitely a pattern of starting the vlog on a Monday and then disappearing on you on Tuesday, Wednesday, and then reappearing on a Thursday. I don't know why, but here we are. I'm actually attempting a buddy read, a very last minute buddy read, because Jess suggested it and I miss her, so I thought, you know, why not? Even though I am notoriously bad at buddy reads, I am a very slow and unreliable reader because of my health, so I normally avoid buddy reads at all costs because it makes me feel even more of a letdown to people. Oh, that's the main thing why I kind of avoid them. But the book that we're reading together is Get a Life, Chloe Brown. I haven't had a chance to read other than yesterday, so I read the first 40 pages, and this book, I thought it was a YA, but now I'm reading it, I'm thinking it's not, because the main characters are 30-ish. So I think it's an adult contemporary. So far it is about Chloe Brown, who actually has chronic illness, so I am feeling more seen than I ever have been feeling seen in the books. That being said, this is not my top priority to be seen in books, and it's not my top priority, nor do I think that I ever will find, you know, an Eastern European immigrant. But in this case I do feel seen. I'm really excited to see if there's more of that, but I'm also terrified, especially because of the title, if Chloe is gonna go on and have an amazing life, which obviously that would be amazing, but it might make me feel like a total piece of shit, because my life is, you know, not movie worthy. A lot of it is just trying to go through the day because of the pain, at least at the moment, because I'm still trying to find what works. I hope I'm not self-sabotaging by reading the book where clearly the character is gonna have some type of life and adventure. Might be self-sabotaging cute, but hopefully not. But so far Chloe Brown has the kind of like a near-death experience because she was walking down the street and someone, a drunk driver, drove, almost hitting her and passed into like hit the straight wall, and then she makes this list of the things she wants to do before she dies. So her eulogy is not super sad. The first thing on the list is to get her own place and move out. She comes from what I think is a very well-off family, and she moves into this flat block of where the superintendent is our other perspective, and he comes from a very different background, a poor neighborhood, and they both kind of really don't hit it off, but they both really notice each other and think about each other because obviously we get their perspectives, but they just do not get along, or they go off on the wrong foot basically. And so that's gonna be, I think, a little bit of like a hate to love kind of story, I'm assuming, because this is romance and like we have both of them all cutesy on the cover. I do enjoy that both of the characters are my age and don't necessarily have their whole life figured out, so that's nice. I like the dynamic and I like the different backgrounds, and I really actually appreciate the chronic invisible illness, because I feel like I've only really read books with physical disabilities or mental disorders. That's one of the things that I want to read this week, and I don't know if I'm gonna get to anything else. Hopefully comic or something at least, but since I'm starting on a Thursday yet again, I don't know how I always find myself here, but I do. There we are. And everyone, you guys really liked me painting the books last time, so I'm super pumped that you did, and I want to go ahead and did what I said I would like to do and go through the books that I have already read and that they don't have colored in pages, and start working my way through the books that I've read. Obviously, if they have sprayed edges or they have stenciled edges already, I'm not gonna touch and ruin that. A lot of you guys asked for like a how-to for coloring in the edges, so I'll show you how I do it. Not that I am an expert, but I mean, so far the books have survived. There probably is a better way of doing it, but I can show you how I do it, and it's super easy, so you know, that's also a plus. I took this off of filming because I didn't want to like sit and be sad, but here we go. Fun. Okay, I need to reapply that. That is crooked. Okay. Hello friends, it is very much Friday. Had a crazy day at work, very busy but productive. Decided to go and play tennis. I do this because we didn't even like bother going into the tennis court. We just played in a park, and they do have like everyone can access the tennis courts there, but me and Logan we just suck, so plus we're being silly and stuff, so I just needed to get out and move a little bit, even if I'm not feeling the best, because I've been too sedentary recently and it does not help. So we've done that and I've showered and here I am, and I want to continue reading this book because I'm actually on page 128. So that's pretty decent. I only have like 100 pages left, and I think I can probably do it tonight if I don't get distracted. That's the only kind of thing. So my thoughts so far on this. Okay, let me start with something else. This is definitely a book for adults. Extreme sexual attraction, and there is, I think the author has done a great job with a couple of things. So first of all, so the main female character deals with chronic illness and chronic pain. It's nice that I can recognize my thought processes here, but because we're also focusing so much on the vulnerabilities and the unhelpful thoughts and stuff that, you know, we judge that as always going to be the case, like losing friends getting tired of you being unavailable and sick, which I have also experienced big time. And it just I'm like, you do know I'm trying to read this to get away from those thoughts. How dare you give me all that shit through this? Like, I was trying to escape this, but I guess not. I guess we're focusing on that. Red is the other perspective, and he has his own baggage. There's something happening. He has a little bit of classicism because of his previous experience, which I still don't know too much about actually, and we're quite like far into the book, so it's working through that as well. I just hit where I think they're gonna have the conflict, you know, so because everything was, you know, fine, so this is gonna be a thing where the conflict, we already kind of had a little bit of that, but I think there's gonna be more, because it has to be, I have a feeling it's gonna be something with the list. But anyway, so I think that's quite interesting as well. But majority of this is just them being extremely thirsty and really it's kind of frustrating, because for a lot of it is like them both really wanting the same thing, but both having like reasons not to do something or thinking that the other one doesn't. So it's just like, oh my god, just communicate, just get it on now. But at the same time it's very satisfying, because it's like, you know, this like dance around it. However, I will say that I do think that the author did such a good job with the tension, but when it comes to the actual scenes and talking about the bits, I feel like there was some choices. Some choices were made, and I don't necessarily agree with the choices being made. Just like the wording really took me out of the story. I actually started laughing where I don't think that was set out to happen, because this book is humorous. I'm not like laughing as much as I thought I would be, because a lot of people said they were just like, you know, rolling about on the floor laughing, but it's nice and humorous. I'm thinking that the audiobook might be good for that, and I don't know because I'm reading this physically, but the people who said that it's super funny listen to the audiobook, and I assume they do the accents, because sometimes things when they're in a British accent they're kind of a bit funnier because of the accent, but I don't know. So the actual like sexy bits, which we do have, a bit cringy, or a bit, it comes off either like strong or uses phrases that really just make me laugh, which kind of obviously ruins the mood. But I'm not here for the mood, I'm here for the story, and it's very enjoyable. It's just chill, other than when I get attacked for my biggest insecurities and the reality of living with pain all day. Fun. That fear of people leaving, it doesn't stop in real life. For me, it very much carries on to YouTube. And the YouTube community actually means so much to me. Every single comment you guys leave means so much to me. And it's like, I don't want to push you away. And I feel like if I talk about this too much, that you'll leave. So that's a confession, that's nice. Anyway. And hopefully I can do something, but so far all I've done was make a sunflower background on Procreate, so I'm gonna insert maybe the video here of me making that, but that was me today. Other than that, I was just laying down. But I would like to clean up a little bit, because it's Saturday and it's time to clean up a little bit, and maybe I'll go ahead and listen to an audiobook whilst I paint some books and show you how I paint the books. And I'm waiting for some couple more books to arrive tomorrow, and fingers crossed I can film the video tomorrow. And I would like to take a photo for Instagram today, because I haven't posted in a while. So that's the plan.
I heard about you long before we met. You're winsome and you're young, at least that's what they said. Underneath your glitter and your gold, you can't deny the fact that you are growing old. You have 1,000 eyes that never fall asleep. Someday I will leave you when I've had enough of your beauty. have had another cigarette. Nothing could prepare me for your style. The way your laughter seemed to go for miles and miles. You have 1,000 eyes that never fall asleep. Someday I will leave you when I've had enough of your beauty.
Well, I've managed to clean the room, so it's feeling much nicer. Place looks cleaner. We have my upcoming book haul that I've been stacking stuff there, and a cat box that they currently like to kind of pretend to be snails in. Yeah? Yeah, boy? Yes. Alright, as promised, a little short how I color the edges of the books. Things that I use. This, which is just a mat to cover, to like protect my surface, but you will very likely be okay without it. You don't need it, or you can use newspapers. The only reason I use this is because Logan bought this for me ages ago, so might as well use it to protect my very expensive 17-pound IKEA table. Next thing, brushes. I'm sure you can get, you know, nice brushes, but these are so old. I had them when I was still painting in acrylic when I was a teen. They're gross, and I should probably just buy new ones, but for this kind of task where you just like block paint stuff, like, it's fine. So brushes, any type of brushes, but I think these are acrylic, like they're the rougher ones. They're not watercolor soft brushes, but they're the rougher ones. I don't know. The next thing that I use, but it's very optional, is these. I found that they really helped me to make sure that there's the least amount of paint on the edges, which really helps to separate the edges and make sure that they don't get stuck in a way that's gonna either flake when you're trying to separate it, or damage the pages, because it's impossible to not rip them out. Super cheap in bulk on Amazon. I originally bought these for Halloween eons ago, back when I had a social life, because I was using them for fake wounds, and I'm reusing them now because I feel like it really helps, and I'll show you what I mean. So masking tape, if you have masking tape, great. I have it somewhere in the flat, but for the life of me I cannot find it, and I don't feel like buying that when I can just use cheap washi tape that I have, the kind of random packs of washi tapes. Oh, this is the thick one. That's a good shout. And I actually prefer using the washi tape because it is a bit less adhesive. Obviously with the masking tape you can put it on your skin once and peel it off to take a little bit of a stickiness away from it, but otherwise, even with the washi tape, sometimes you will, depending on the papers inside, you will possibly risk ripping it a little bit, so that's always shitty. But I found that the washi tape is I lost one, and I'll get it later. I found that the washi tape is a bit easier to peel off. Then you'll need your acrylic paint. I had a pack of these. They are Reeves paints. Pretty sure they have a smaller set as well with just prime colors, but also probably you can buy them separately if you just want to buy one color and just try it out. I bought these. These were bought by me for a completely different reason again, so I didn't have to buy a single thing to color these pages. But if you do have to buy like pretty much everything, all you need is a single brush, color, and some washi tape, really. I also have this acrylic paint, that brand. Same with one of the metallic ones, although that being said, I haven't tried that metallic, but I have Reeves metallic paint as well. Then you of course obviously need the book you want to color. So because today I'm hoping to get a couple, or at least one, of paper bags, because a lot of you guys also asked me on the previous video, can you do this with a paper bag? I think you can, my first one that I showed you, And Ember in the Ashes, is a paperback. The only thing I was wondering is like how I'm gonna protect the books around it, because in that case, you're drawing on the hardback. I put the washi tape over this edge and on top and on the inside, so it kind of protects it from paint. But then when I paint, I can kind of ram my brush into this side and paint. So I would obviously paint over this red cover, but because there's a washi tape there, I don't. But it also protects the book above it. With the paperback, you don't have that hedge, you know, you don't have that ledge. You don't have that angle protecting the books around it. So I decided to grab two books that I don't have like super fond memories attached to. This one I just heard kind of things. I'm not sure if I'm gonna read it, and this one I haven't read yet, but I do want to. But this was £3 from a charity shop, so you know, a cheaper one, although it does have a map inside. God damn, it doesn't matter. I don't think I'm gonna damage them. It's just in case, because I will protect, because the way that I thought I'm gonna do is I will protect the edges as if I would to paint them, but instead of painting them, I'm just gonna use them as the edges. So I'm gonna show you how I do it, and I just need to decide now. So as I said, I'm going to paint at least 99% of the books that I read. Seeing that I don't really have a lot of super rare editions, and the ones that I have already have something on the pages, I feel. If they're a bit more limited, I think I'll be fine. So the city became, I also used a pen, and that was just a simple Sakura gel pen. I was worried that it's gonna get smudged when I'm trying to separate it, or just completely look shite when I separate the pages, but it ended up fine. So I'm gonna do this methodically. I think I'm going to start with my shelves and go, you know, just your normal order. But I might actually start with the book that I finished, which is the one that I was talking about, Get a Life, Chloe Brown, and then I will tell you what I thought of it at the end. I also have my palette, which is so old. This baby has been with me for pretty much as long as the brushes, and I love it. I love this thing so much. It looks so ugly. I love it. But you can obviously mix it on literally a piece of paper. You don't all have, and you also don't need. Okay, anyway, let me get sorted. Okay, so I very much not gonna touch the collector's edition. Well, not a collector's, but I think collector's edition Avatar books. Just know they're slippery pages as well, so I don't know how that would even work. Then I have not read From Hell, and I don't think that I'm gonna touch graphic novels either. This is just gonna be like your standard books. Now this, I technically have read that one. Oh yeah, I have. But so I guess we're taking that one. Maybe this will finally make me read the third book. I still need to get the first one in this format, because my god, my first one is yeah, it's just here for some reason. Oh, because of the height. My first one is that one, so that's sad. I don't think I'm gonna even color it. I don't know why it's a library binding. Then this thing, I don't want to see you. Well, bye. There's a lot of books I haven't read, but I have read these two. Oh, sorry, plant, I need to hover you? Not hover you, I need to clean you. Maybe you'll give a bath to my plant later. So I read these two books as well. So I guess that's that for now. And let's do this.
The silver of these winter nights is shining in drops of ice, and I crawl into my bed and the clouds won't out.
Okay, so the first thing I did was protect the edges of the books that are gonna be touching. I don't even know if, just so I don't have to like tiptoe around it. But obviously you could also just use like, I don't know, cardboard pieces in between, or just like a sheet of paper. But I just thought this would be easier. I don't know. So I started doing the edges, and then I realized I could just do it on these sides because these are much easier. So I just did that on this side, and this one's very well protected on one side, but so if I get any paint on this, I can just peel that off. And then I picked up my book, did the edges of these. I'm hoping this will be enough. If you could be bothered, you could obviously like put more, but I'll just try, and I think that'll be okay. And now it's time to squish him. So I want it at this level, so I'm gonna put one book here. Okay, what we learned time and time again is that migraine brain makes me a dumbass. You absolutely do need to put the tape on the edges because you gonna paint the edges. Oh my god, my brain. I managed to do it, but I had to like obviously just push the book a bit more. One of these books here, one of this book here, and I'm gonna make this one stick out a little bit so it's easier. Not that much though, like that. And then once I'm painting the edges, I will try and slip it so it's like this, and then try and move it because I won't be able to touch the edges. But anyway, and then I'll put another book on top. I can still see there's a lot of like room for me to spread them. You don't want that. So you can either pop another book on, and especially if you have heavy books, that's better. These are all fairly light books. I don't know why I didn't bring my other one, but I also and that would be fine, but I personally use but I realize this is both more dangerous if it's not stable, and also obviously not everyone's gonna have a weight just laying about. But if you do have one, that's good. But this is still gonna be a bit more dangerous, I feel, because it does separate. So I'm just gonna be a bit more, it's gonna be gentler. And then, oh, actually I'm gonna ruin all of this because I want to match the book color. So I've decided to go not with red, because obviously you could go with red, but I'm not the biggest fan of red. I kind of want it like that. I want the text color, which is a tiny bit darker than the skirt. I want the text color on the edges, I think. Red would be too contrasty for me. So I'm gonna go and try to mix this. After I get the color, I will coat each side with a little bit of paint. And whilst I mix in the paint, depending on how much paint I have, I will also splash a tiny bit of water. Literally, I pour it in my hand from my like water bottle. I just dribble a tiny bit just to have it a bit thinner, but don't want to go overboard, because then like the more water you add, the more pages have the possibility to wrinkle, and also the more it can seep through the page. But I also found that a little bit helps me, but just play it by ear. I don't think it makes massive difference, but I find it's easier to separate it after if I just dilute it a tiny bit. Then I will take a sponge, I'll hold it like this, and then I will drag the paint like that, just to make sure that it's even, and also a super thin layer of the thing. Don't worry if you get any paint on your hand. Acrylic is a water dilutable paint, so it'll wash out, it's fine. And then you want to leave all of the weights and everything on the book until it kind of dries for the most part. But once it's somewhat dry, and if you want to work on another book, obviously you can have another station, but if you want to work on the same station, sometimes I'll put a tower with more than one book, but I'll see. You can take it off and it's still not separated, but I leave it to dry for longer, or just put other weights on it. But anyway, that's what we're gonna do now, so let's do it.
But at least we keep the voice down. Those voices inside my head, watching the sky, all the stars will promises will never bring.
And I'm starting to think that it may be easier to have paper bags squished between paper bags. I just don't know how, but I would have to like cover a lot of the paper bag to protect it around it, just because otherwise I have to like push this so I can reach the other end. So I might do that, you know, live and learn, live and learn. And you really don't need that a lot of paint when you're mixing. I don't know if you saw, but I tried to like mix as little as possible because you really are using just a tiny bit. I really like the color. I like teal. Teal is one of my favorite colors. Now we wait. I'm gonna actually eat because Logan made some risotto while I wait for this to dry, and then I can show you what else then I do. And it's probably gonna get dark, which kind of sucks because color matching is dark, like kind of difficult when it gets dark. But now we just patiently wait. It doesn't usually take long. If you want to leave it overnight, that's great. I might do that with other books, but with this one I will show you how to like separate it. Anyway, well, it looks and feels done. I do, however, well, I am contemplating drawing whiskers on it because there's a cat and it plays a little bit of a role in the story. I'd go like nose, whiskers, maybe like a small one. Oh, it's gonna be scary because it's like straight lines. Screw it. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, well, we have a tiny nose. Oh boy. This is not a super vivid. It's kind of seeping through, so I might go over this with a marker. I'm not sure. Okay, next step is to peel the tape off, loosen the pages, and then peel them off. So I'm gonna peel off. It actually makes a super satisfying sound, and I love doing this while I'm listening to an audiobook again, because it really does not require you thinking at all. So it's a very nice kind of relaxing thing to do. All right, so once we have that off, we have our block of a book. So the first pages are separated, but not these. What I do then, usually depending on the size, but usually I'll split it somewhere in the middle, just like carefully, wherever it kind of does. And then what I try to do is I try to not leave like a huge kind of, we call it elbow, I don't know how you call it, but like an angle. I try to separate it as close to the edge as possible. I usually just insert my arm, violate the book, and just kind of find that. And before I go, and I think at first I tried to go like page by page, I mean, which you can do, but you're way more likely to like rip the pages. Now what I do is I kind of just do this. I try to loosen the pages up, which is the easiest thing is to go by the corner and just do a bit of this to separate the majority of them. There's still going to be, depending on the paper used on the book, there's still going to be plenty left, but just to insert some flexibility into the pages again, and that way you're way less likely to rip the pages when you're separating them. And at that point, so the floppy pages, I feel like they get stuck a bit more, but it's super easy. Even if they're a little bit stuck, it's super easy to then peel them apart. Kind of just go like this. If there's some that are a bit more stuck, I usually just put my hand in and then do that. And sometimes it feels like, oh, it's so long, you're gonna be here forever separating the pages, but swear to God, like, it really doesn't take that long, and it's kind of fun. You don't even have to, like, you can leave it at that if it's a book you've already read and you're short on time or something like that. And that's it. That's literally it. That's the end of a how-to.
When the silver of these winter nights is shining in drops of ice, and I crawl into my bed, and the clouds lose voice inside my head. Watching the sky, all the stars we'll never see, and I will carry with me those kisses will never bring. When the nights will be haunted by the clanging of the coast of rush, and our worlds are sad and down, and the miles will taunt us with our dreams just turned to dust. But you can't tell where it began. No one's in the sky, all the stars we'll never see.
Good morning. It is Sunday. I'm feeling better so far, fingers crossed. We just woke up. I'm gonna go into the corner shop to get some cat food. Hey, because we didn't realize we're gonna run out, and that basically never happens. We always stock up beforehand, but the guys kind of got treats instead of dinner, and they let us know in the morning. The treat cupboard was open. Oh, I wish I filmed it. It was a crime scene. You can still see the crumbs. That one was open, and all the stuff was on the floor. They were, I'm assuming, working together, because these would have opened the cupboard and Momo would have dragged the treats. So they're not happy and must get food for them. However, it's because I was doing this when it was dark, I wasn't entirely sure how this is gonna turn out, but this is looking really cool. I really like it, like my little galaxy space, more like the edge, which is good practice on this book, because this book I gave like 3 stars or 2 stars, I think 3 stars, but I want to do similar things for the Sleeping Giants there, all 3 books, so it was good to practice on that. So I have a lot of things to separate. I do want to also film a video, and hopefully, oh my god, my hair. Anyway, I'm gonna go get food. I am kind of not wanting to put makeup on, so I might not film today, and the books have not yet arrived, a couple that I'm waiting for. Instead, however, because this is probably, I don't think it's the biggest haul ever, but I haven't done a haul this big since like starting booktube for sure. And I haven't, when was my last haul? 7 months ago, I think. My last haul was 7 months ago. I'm definitely not a person that does hauls every month. I think I maybe was once upon a time, but I just don't do that. So because I know there's gonna be quite a lot of books in the haul, I've decided to actually like write up a list with like short description of what the book is, so the haul can be nice and precise and like short, like not gonna spend so much time. It's probably still not gonna be short, but I'm not gonna spend so much time on each book. And also hopefully, because I'm reading the synopsis again on Goodreads, so I actually know what the book is about and not like forget or misinform, hopefully. So that's the plan, and so far, oh my god, there's so many already and I'm not done yet. But I'm thinking, since I've been doing this for like over an hour, I'm probably just gonna chill for the rest of the day. I'm gonna do more books, I'm gonna paint more books and actually listen to an audiobook, but it's again for that other project. It'll never end. I will never finish it. No, I will. Just funny. Okay, but you want to see Zeus be really happy. Had to hide it. And he still saw it and started meowing. Yeah? Yeah? Oh, soon. Just let me water it. There you go. Happy boy. Well, I've just been doing some work. How do I show you this? Well, logged into this, and I don't actually really play much anymore. I'd say 50% of my island is still a massive mess and I haven't done it, but oh my god, I'm trying to walk. But we have a visitor. So let's see who it is. Someone good? Hello. Momo, no, what are you doing? Oh, honey, no. Oh, you cute, but no. So next books on my list are actually paperbacks, and sometimes people tell me that I'm creative or I have great ideas, but actually, people don't say that often. I just need it for the joke. Actually, I'm just lazy because I was thinking like, well, as I said yesterday, I want to use paperbacks to squish the paperbacks books because it's just much easier for painting around them, but I don't want to like sit and put the washi tape all over the books because that is my least favorite part of this process. So then I thought, what if it fits in one of those food bags, like the plastic bags? And it does. So I'm just gonna put 2 books in the plastic bags that are gonna go around the ones that I paint, and then afterwards, because it's just water paint, I can just clean it and I can use it for whatever I needed to use it in the beginning. So yay.
Oh, sprinter, formed in his hand, coalescing from mist.
We don't go the same places that we used to go. We don't ride the same. No, we don't ride the same. We don't know the same people that we used to know. We don't vibe the same. No, we don't vibe the same. We don't show the same feelings that we used to show. You don't smile the same. I don't smile the same. We don't do the same things that we used to do. We don't vibe the same. We don't vibe the same.
Also super unrelated, but I've been wanting to use the Grinning. I don't know if you use TikTok, but I use TikTok a lot. And I wanted to use the Grinning filter on some book covers because I thought that would be hilarious. So let's try and do that. What I learned is that I really don't have a lot of covers with faces on. So I'm gonna try and show you. I'm gonna use this because the phone recording doesn't actually show you my reaction because it doesn't film the sound for some reason. So let's start with this. My god. Oh no. Then we have this. Oh my god, cursed. That looks in pain. All of this grinning is in pain. I don't think that's gonna work. Nah, it's too unclear. Then we have this, which, yeah. Oh no. Oh no. Next up is the Bone Crier's Wound. This is quality content. Oh my god. What about you? There you are. Happy, happy. I'm not sure if wind would work because there's a lot of hair on her face. Oh, it does. It does. Actually, not the worst. And then of course we have Selena. So. Oh, there she is. Terrifying. Cursed. Cursed feature. Hello friends, it is Monday. I have so many things to do today. and I'm already very behind schedule. But anyway, I want to wrap up this vlog, so I also want to show you all of the books that I ended up painting in this vlog. I've learned a couple of things, not all good. But first of all, I want to wrap up on Get a Life Chloe Brown. So I wanted to read you a couple of lines that really resonated with me, and I actually underlined them. So this is part of the sentence, so I don't know if it'll make sense, but I just the thought is, it speaks to me on so many levels. So anyway, by remembering her limitations so she didn't have to constantly point them out. This is the kindest thing, in my opinion, people around people with chronic illness, chronic pain, chronic anything, or illness, anything, to be honest. This is the kindest thing and the most helpful thing and the most understanding thing people, I think, can do. This book was more meaningful to me than it normally would have been. I think I didn't enjoy the actual sex scenes as much because I found them pretty cringy. The word choices were not my favorite. But I enjoy the fact that it really embraces and does not shy away from for the girl also being just as thirsty as the guy, because a lot of the time I feel like it's okay obviously to be modest, but it's also okay to not to like admit to your sexuality and your needs, because you know, it's your body to enjoy. It's not for a guy or another person to use, it's for you to also enjoy, you know. And I think it's good that we're normalizing that as well. But some of the stuff was a little bit cringy, and it was very predictable. But I don't think that they were going for mysterious, but it was very kind of like cookie cutter plot wise. The writing style was just okay, I think, as well, but I did really enjoy it, and it was very easy to read and get through quickly, and I did want to read, so there was some intrigue. I will say that I think the guy's mystery and, you know, the big reveal at the end it didn't feel like it was worth the wait as much as it was. Like, it was, I think by waiting for so long, it made it into this big mystery when really there was nothing that mysterious or amazing about it. It does obviously like tackle some important topics, so that was nice as well. Overall, I gave it 4 stars. It came out as 4 stars. I can't really fault it for much. It's not what I was expecting at all, but it's not bad either for that. If you take the chronic illness away, I think it would definitely drop to 3. But anyway, I painted this teal to match the cover, and I also have the whiskers because there's a cat and the cat plays a role, but it makes it look even more innocent than it really is, because it's very steamy, very steamy. Some of the books that I've painted this time around came out pretty fluffy. You know, when you see the fluff, it doesn't actually bother me, but this one in particular, the Evelyn Hugo one, was extremely fluffy after I painted it. You can see, and that's largely because of the paper. It's super frail even when I'm touching it, and when I was separating the pages, I could see the dust flying off, because it's just one of those books that has like the paper that is not very dense, and I think that definitely contributed to it. And like, it has like, also the cover doesn't cover the whole book, and it was just a choice. My least favorite type of paper to do the pages on, and hey, learn new things every day. I didn't really pay attention to that. It almost has deckled pages without having deckled pages. It's a weird book. It's still green, it's fine, matches the cover, I don't mind it too much. I will say that the paperbacks are definitely harder to paint, but not impossible. Then I have what I think is my favorite out of the ones that I've done this time, and this one has your galaxy edges. I really like it. And then I have this, which is a very like battered version of The Martian. I read it on the beach years ago, I think, before I even started booktube, and this copy is just seen a lot. Like, it's a beach book, you know. It's like, I was not very protective of it either way. So anyway, I painted it red because Mars, I don't know, I thought it would be good, and I kind of matched it to the title, and it again, it's pretty okay. And you know, I did these blobs and I know they just look like bad circles, but actually these are potatoes, so they're supposed to be a little bit out of shape. I just thought it would be funny. Every time I see it now, I just think of potatoes because Martian, if you read it, you know, or if you've seen it actually. So I got some golden potatoes on it. not mad at it at all. Then I have two blue books which came out really nice. Again, I think it just really depends on the paper quality as well. So I have the Frost of Court of Frost and Starlight that I tried to match to kind of like around this color, and I love it so much. It's this like super light blue. I think it's so stunning on the pages, and actually you cannot see the fluff at all. So I really like this color, it's beautiful. That I matched to the blue, and here's the blue. This one also turned out pretty well, I'd say. Just like nice and blue, not too much fluff. Like the fluff doesn't show up. I am learning that fluff shows up way more on warm tones. Why? I don't know. Also, obviously the darker, the more it shows up, but I feel like cooler tones show them less, because darkness wise, like I have a gray that I will show you. Like, so this is, so for this one I decided to go with a gray, and I love it. Oh my god, I love it. It's like, I think it's my second favorite, just because of, I don't know, I feel like most people wouldn't do a gray edge in general, but I'm planning on doing a lot of grays. I think it looks stunning. I don't know, I really like it, and it's just like such a nice contrast between the cover and, because obviously gray here, and love it. I really love it, and like it looks really nice. Again, one of those that you have the fluff but it doesn't stand out, like it's not bad. But then you have a red, and this one actually has loads of fluff. It doesn't really bother me, but there's definitely fluff on this one, so just something to keep in mind if you really mind it. But if you do really mind it, if you still want to do red pages, and it's a book that you read, you can just, like, you know, stop after you separate it a little bit and don't go page by page, and then you will have less fluff. Or you can not even separate it and have it as a block. And if you want to reread it at some point, you separate it then. But if you just leave it as a block, obviously you're gonna have zero fluff. But doesn't bother me, and for some reason I don't really want to have them not separated, but I might see in the future. But yeah, that's the stack of the books that I've done this week. I'll continue on next week. Do you like it, or is this something you would never want to do? I don't know. I think it adds a little bit of a personalized touch, and also, to be honest, when it's on the shelf you're not gonna even see it, even if you end up not loving it. But I am considering maybe turning the ones that I do really like this way up. I'm not sure. Anyway, so that's kind of everything. I hope you guys enjoyed the vlog. Let me know what you think. Let me know how you are. I have a haul coming your way, so that's really exciting. I'm hoping to film that after work today. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. Stay awesome, stay kind, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.